Hey everybody, today Rahdo runs down a prototype of Extraordinary Adventures Pirates, which is a deck building game where 2 to 5 players are captains of pirate ships racing through the Spanish Main as fast as possible and plundering every step of the way. And the way it works is, on your turn, like any good deck builder, you will have a hand of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards drawn from your own personal deck. And on your turn, you are going to play exactly 3 of these cards, and then at the end of your turn, draw back up to 5. And what are we doing with all these cards? Well, a given turn might look like, say, okay, I'm going to play 3 cards. I could play my most powerful card in my starting deck, my Sailing Master's Mate. When you play a card, you will either play it for its movement, which means you can pick one of your ships and move that many spaces. And remember, this is a race, you want to move. Or, on a lot of cards, you have a special power that you can do instead of that. So in this case, if I didn't want to move 3 steps, which I do want to do, I could instead discard 1 card from my hand out of the game. I could basically get rid of one of these lousy landlubbers, which do nothing for me except clog up my deck by only moving 1 space. So since he's in my hand, my first card, I'm going to play him and trash this landlubber from the deck. Now, I got to play 2 more. I'll go on ahead and play one of my few able-bodied seamen, which lets me move 2, and then I've got another landlubber, which I'll play for 1. So I'm going to move a total of 3 movement. One of my ships can move 2, one of them can move 1. I can't split this amongst multiple ships, though. So, where would I move? Well, I have a vested interest in moving on the Havana line and the Grand Granada line because, another thing, if you play the advanced version of the game, as part of setup, you put agents in some of the ports. If you can get to that port and trade in goods to grab a treasure, the agent, you'll pick up your agent as well and double the value of that treasure. That's a big deal. But on the other hand, if your opponent gets to a port where one of your agents is, they kidnap that agent, thereby preventing you from being able to double your treasure, and they just score 1 point. So, when I was setting up, I put a couple of my agents along the black line and a couple along the red line. I didn't put any on the blue line, so I don't particularly care about moving along that line. Let's just start going. I will move 1, 2, 3. That was my whole turn. I had 5, I played 3, and now at the end of my turn, I draw back up. I've still got 1 landlubber, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I am ready to go again. And let's see, Jen's turn. She put almost all of her agents on the blue line, so she really wants to focus on that one, although she did split the difference a little bit, and she put one over here, and she can see I'm heading right towards it. She thought she might be able to grab this guy really quick, because often you'll be in a situation where it's not peak efficiency to focus on one line, and you have to move on a ship on another line as well on a given turn. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's Jen's starting hand, and let's see. Oh, she's got the same thing. Her Sailing Master's Mate, her able-bodied seaman. She is not going to discard cards. She's just going to play that for 3, 4, 5, 6. So Jen has a total of 6 movement. She wants to get to her agent before me. She will go 1, 2, 3. That was 1. 1, 2. And you know what? She'll go 1. And so she, even though this is her main line she really cares about, that's where all agents are, she is about to go on ahead and land this 2 cargo from that merchant ship. And now she has to draw back up. 1, 2, 3, and now it is my turn. I'm like, I want to get there before her. What do I got? I've only got 1 able-bodied seaman and a bunch of landlubbers. Let's see, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. I could beat her to it, and then I would grab that, and I've made her waste her time. So it was a bit of a gamble for her. I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 total movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. And boom, I made it. I grabbed these, and whenever you plunder a ship, you take the cargo off it, and you get a new crew member. In this case, I got a young merchant seaman who moves 3, but on the blue line, this guy, he moves 2 normally, but on the blue line, he can move 3. So that's not great for me because I wasn't planning on moving on the blue line because I don't have any of my agents. But I still might want to move him to move my guy out and kidnap Jen's agents before she gets to him. Anyway, goes into my discard pile. I've got some cargo, and now I got to refill 1, and I got to reshuffle my deck. 2, 3. Hopefully I got that new sailor. Okay, and then Jen's turn, and she's like, she wasted her time going over there. So does she continue to push to try to get to her agent first, or does she focus where she really needs to go? Let's see here. She can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's got a total of 5 movements she's doing this turn. So, she will go. Let's see. Well, here's the thing. When she lands here to pick up this agent, she wants to make sure she has cargo to trade in so that he can double that cargo. So the easiest ones are these right here. The Guali treasure, which is 3 points, but it could be doubled to 6 with an agent if you have a blue and a brown, or this one for a brown and a yellow. Let's see. And Jen, I mean, when she set this up, she went for this guy because she saw these two, this brown, she picks up this blue and this brown, and then goes to this agent, boom, she's set. So she'll go back to her original plan since she got beat to that one. She will go 1, 2, 3, 4. That was it, right? Or no, 5. Yeah, because she had 2 able-bodied. 5. And so she's on her way to pick up that. And that was her turn. She refills her hand. 1, 2, reshuffle, 3. Okay, and here I go. Now, what am I going to do? Well, hey, my young merchant seaman showed up, which gives me 2 or 3 only if I'm on the blue line. I wasn't really interested in the blue line. I care about the red line and the black line because that's where my agents are. So, but I can still use him for a 2. I'm just not using him to full effect. I'm tempted to go after there and steal Jen's, but I'm just going to use him for 2, and then my able-bodied for 2, and one of my landlubbers for 1. So that gives me 5. And what's that? Let's just keep on focusing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was my turn. As you can see, turns in this game are super duper quick, and I refill my hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then Jen's turn. Let's see here. So she wants to get over here. That'd be 1, 2, 3, and so she will play a able-bodied seaman and a landlubber. That goes 1, 2, 3, and boom, she has picked up a cube. And by the way, since Jen was the second player, she started with a red cube. And so now she's got a red and a blue, and she's recruited somebody off that fated merchant vessel. A merchant seaman, which is the worst card. It has no special power. It's just a flat 2. So Jen recruits him. And that was it, right? Let's see. Yeah, she played. No, she has 1 more to play, which will just be a single landlubber, and so she could. But now, here's the problem. This guy cannot move anymore. On a given turn, when a ship raids a pirate ship or goes to port, it cannot move anymore, even if you have some. Even if Jen had played a 3 and then gone 1, 2 and stopped to raid, she'd waste that extra movement. That's one of the main efficiencies of the game. It's why you need to be planning on moving multiple ships, because often when a ship reaches a space, they can't move anymore. So Jen's got 1 more movement. Does she come over here and try to get to her agent? Yes, she will. She'll move back, and so that's why you want to be working on at least 2 lines, because often one ship will get stopped to plunder or port. All right, and so Jen refills her hand. 1, Tahu, Athari. And then it is my turn. Okay, and I'm still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so although my sailing master, I want to get rid of. Okay, I'm not gonna use him for his movement, so I'm slowing down. I'm using him to get rid of another landlubber out of the game. So that was 1, and now I've got an able-bodied. So I'm only gonna move 3 spaces this turn, and I'm giving 1, 2, 3. I'm aiming for Jen's agent if I can get there first. Although I slowed down to, All right. So anyway, and then 1, 2, 3. Now I reshuffle. 4, 5. Getting rid of those landlubbers will definitely pay off later. And now it is Jen's turn again. And so she could discard some more, but or she could just go for speed. Right. And she's got to, if she wants to get over there, since I've moved. Okay, so she's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So she 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She could almost get there, but I think she's giving up on that agent. I mean, it's only a point to me if she gives up on that, and instead, right? So she's got 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is an interesting choice. So she could turn around and come back over here to get this, so that when she goes into port, she could double. But she could still come in here. So I think she's going to do something else. She's going to spend 2 landlubbers to move 2 spaces. And just going to go 1, 2 and make it to Nassau. All right. So this ship cannot move anymore, but she can still has 1 more card to play. So she's going to have to move somebody else. This guy can't move anymore. When he gets to the port, if Jen had the cubes she needed, she could get a treasure, but she doesn't. She's got a blue and a red. If she had the brown, she could get that. But she came here anyway because the other advantage coming to port is Jen can recruit the quartermaster, the pirate governor, or the sailor from Cartagena. And the sailor from Cartagena is interesting. Move 2 or 4. on the black track. So Jen could really start blowing through the black track. Maybe she wouldn't get your agent, but she could probably beat me to my agents and get rid of them. And look at this huge treasure down here. So she could recruit him. I mean, these characters are much more powerful. Or the quartermaster. Just move 4 or 1 time. Because if you use the special power, it's gone from the game. Take any cube from the board you want. I think Jen's going to do that. She's going to take the quartermaster. That's a big deal. And now the sailor Maracaibo shows up, which is another move 4 on the black track. There's 2 characters that would let you move on the black track. I want them because I want to get to my agents into Trinidad, so I want to recruit them by getting to a port. But in the meantime, so that was Jen's first card, or first or second, and now she could move 1 more with the landlubber, or she could use this to move 3, but this guy can't move. So does she try to catch up, or does she give up and have this guy head out and start trying to collect, some quick bounty over there? Let's see. Well, this is Jen's main path because she wants to get to those agents. She figures out, well, does she go for it? Now, she can see how single-minded I'm being. So she will play the 3. She's not going to discard cards. And she'll start moving. 1, 2, 3. And start heading to try and raid these ships. And then if she decides, she could come down and try to kidnap my agents. Anyway, so then she draws 1, 2, 3. And she hopes to get that new super strong sailor she got. I mean, he'll show up eventually. This is a deck builder. All right. And, she didn't get him. All right. So that was her turn. My turn again. And what do I have? All right, so I've got 2 able-bodied seamen. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a lubber. So that's 5. 1, 2, 3. But again, I'd like to make it all the way over here, but I can only go so far. I will play an able-bodied and a lubber to go 1, 2, 3. And hey, I've got another cube, and I've recruited a merchant seaman, the worst one. There's 3 types of cards in here. The ones that let you move 2 or 3 on a specific, the ones that move 2, and there's also captains in here that just let you move 3. So anyway, so that was that. I've still got 2 more movement, but this guy can't move anymore. He's about to kidnap Jen's. Jen has given up on that. Where am I going to move? Do I move this guy 2 or this guy 2? I haven't even moved them at all, but I've got to pick another line to go on. It's this one because that's where my other agents are. 1, 2. And so I'm on my way, and heck, maybe I'll get there before Jen. And so now at the end of my turn, I got reshuffle and see what I get. Oops, I think I messed up there. I already had reshuffled, hadn't I? I just messed up. All right, so there we go. And we'll say I did. Anyway, and then it is Jen's turn. And let's see here. So she could still get to that ship before me if she play. All right, 1, 2, 3. She plays an able-bodied and a lubber. That's the 1, 2, 3 she needs to make it here before I do. She's got even more stuff, and she has recruited another merch. Oh, the worst one! No! All right. Anyway, so that ship cannot move anymore. So she paid 1, 2, and now she will... What ship is she going to move? Does she keep on moving here? Or... No, she's going to turn around and go back on her original plan and start heading out to come over here. And she's got enough cubes that by the time she gets here, she's going to pick up a brown. That means, oh my gosh, if she gets that brown, oh, she won't have a green. If she could get a green somewhere before she pulls in, she could get Black Bart, and then this guy would double it. That would be 16 points. But, or either way, she needs a green to get one of those. So before she pulls in here, she might want one of her other ships to travel to get to one of these green cubes, etc., etc. But anyway, that was the end of her turn. She fills her hand back up. And then it is my turn again, and the race continues. That should give you a pretty good idea of how this game goes. It's fast, it's very fluid, and it's a good, solid deck builder with some interesting decisions. You got to spread, even though you want to focus on just one ship, you got to spread it out because occasionally your ships will stop. And also, while the lubbers may seem like they're just waste space, sometimes they're exactly what you need because you don't want to pay a 3-movement captain to only move 1 space because you're going to get stopped when you hit a port. So it's interesting how your deck building goes as well. Now, I will say this is a very lightweight game. This is from Forbidden Games, which is really focusing on popular gameplay mechanisms, but simplifying and streamlining them to make great gateway family-style games, and that is definitely what Extraordinary Adventures Pirates is. If the agents are a little too complex, so you're playing with younger kids, you can leave that out. There's also advanced versions of the cards that you can leave out of the deck if you want to keep things simple, but there's a lot going on considering how light and simple Extraordinary Adventures Pirates is, and that's the rundown, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.